Yep.
Yes!
Good job, mate.
Yes! Yes! Yes, this is why we do it. Right here, right now. Check this out. Yeah, dog. Yes. How good is the Eildon? We've put in so many hours on this lake and we're starting to get the rewards. Not going to say we've worked it out. Not going to be so stupid. But what we're doing at the moment is working.
Yeah, definitely. How good is this?
Oh, check it.
Work it hard, find the plan.
Check it. It's thick. There's the battalion over there.
That was full in its throat, sideways.
It was in these snags too, right here. Good job getting it out. Thank God for electric motors, eh?
Yeah, man.
We've been marking up bait along here. We've actually marked a couple of good fish too. Just a matter of time.
We used to talk a lot about Lake Eildon's potential as a future trophy cod fishery. We've actually changed our position on that, and we'll actually go out on a limb now and say it's past potential. It's a trophy fishery right now. Eildon now has to be part of the discussion around which is the best lake. We're now starting to see anglers travel from interstate to fish it. Usually it was the Victorians heading north. Let's be honest, Eildon's always had its giants. However, metre and sub-metre fish have become much more accessible and common as the fish stocked over the last decade come to maturity. The growth rate is phenomenal, fish are fat and in great condition, and they sure are hungry. The Murray Cod and Eildon are absolutely thriving. The slot limit is also ensuring that these trophy fish are only going to get bigger. We've been fishing Eildon pretty hard for the last 4 or 5 years for Murray Cod, and despite enjoying our share of success, it's been a pretty tricky lake to crack. Eildon doesn't give up its fish easy. Time in the water is a big part of the secret to success here. As a group of anglers, we are always modifying our approach and discussing theories about these fish and this lake. It's a never-ending process of trying to nut out what the fish are doing and how we can better target them. Sometimes we're right with our theories, sometimes we are plain wrong, of course. This year, Andy recaptured a fisheries tagged cod that had moved over 12 kilometres since its previous capture. This revelation was a light bulb moment that reinforced one such theory that we'd held. That was that Eildon cod were extremely mobile, resulting in some locations having a healthy population for a time, and other times that spot may be completely devoid of fish. We firmly believe that these lake cod move in tune with food, which in the lake comprises a number of sources, including redfin and the large numbers of roach, no doubt crayfish, trout and yellowbelly, as well as carp for the bigger fish. The movement may not always be significantly far, but our experience is now telling us that if you find a decent concentration of bait, there is a really good chance you'll find a hungry cod nearby. We believe there's no particular type of bank that holds the secret, or location. It's a case of find the bait and you're a great chance to find the fish. Finding them and catching them is of course another matter. If you can find the bait and fish in water less than 6 metres or so, you stand a much better chance of being able to effectively cast to them than in deeper water. Good side and down scan imaging is essential for this form of fishing. The technology easily defines forage even in the most snaggy environments, not possible with normal sonar. Using our sounders correctly has become habit and usually dictates our fishing. We now fish Eildon almost exclusively with swim baits, finding that the realistic and suspending or relatively slow sinking nature of the baits has a direct relationship with being able to fish in the zone extremely slowly, almost hanging in the face of the fish at times. In the clear waters of Eildon, a lure doesn't necessarily need a massive action or vibration. Looking and slowly gliding like a fish is more than enough. You do need to cast a bait in places and let it sink, prepared that you might just lose it though. The hits that come from this approach are usually violent and make the risk of losing a lure worthwhile. Murray Cod are an implosion feeder. They suck food and water in their mouths in one violent movement and at the same time expel water from their gills. This is precisely how they attack swim baits on most occasions, sucking the lure in. Running braided lines with the lack of stretch, we averaged around a 50% bite to hook up ratio. But having this year moved to straight through fluorocarbon line instead, our hookup ratios have soared into the 90s. Much more acceptable ratios when you consider how many casts can be required for that one chance. Using fluorocarbon lines requires a different mindset. The feel is different, and when the bite comes, the hook has to be set hard, as there is a fair bit of stretch in the line. The payoff, however, is in the hookup rate and the positive hook sets that are always in the mouth, rarely a miss and seldom in the lips or face, which you get so often with braided lines. All the hard work and all the casts required to catch a trophy cod are soon forgotten when you get to give one a hug and get a photo with your trophy, but nothing beats watching her swim away. Embracing technology and trusting what it tells us, as well as fishing smart, has made a massive difference to our success in Eildon. If you want to know more about how we do things, please subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out for our updates. Good luck, and whatever you do, don't overlook Eildon. It would be a big mistake.